Hello, everyone. If you can, you can locate chat and see the messages there. I apologize for any inconveniences that this webinar has caused. It originally was scheduled at 3 p.m., but had to be moved to an hour due to some circumstances. But we are here now. I hope everyone else has enjoyed the earlier summer kickoff events. If you did not know, this is part of our summer kickoff. This morning, our director Allison released information about our summer, how we're going to have some drop-in videos that you guys can watch where you can create projects throughout the summer and show them off to us in various things like that. Now today we're doing a design challenge here. Now the design challenge does require a little bit of App Lab, which is a free program on a website that you can use. And the special design challenge is no more 0 days. And I'll be getting to what 0 days are soon. So I am your host, Ruth. I am a community learning specialist. My hobbies here, I like parrots and video games. If you want to talk about those anytime, we can. So now I have this link here. I'm going to copy it and paste it right into chat so you can access it too. There we go. So yeah, it's not right into chat. We're going to be working mostly in this thing right over here. As I remember, you do not need an account. Let me sign out real quick right here. Go to create. Okay, good. Yeah, you don't need an account. And okay, good. I'm just trying to find something over here. Okay, so while we have this right over here, in App Lab, are you getting to App Lab? Oh, no. Okay. My apologies. Looks like you do need an account. So when you go to code.org, you can go to sign in or create account. So you can create an account on the left side here and sign in with various ways. You got a Gmail account, Facebook, or Microsoft account. You can sign in through there. There was a way before I was able to get in without signing in, but it looks like, yeah, you do need to create an account. Now, while you guys are creating an account, in the meantime, you can listen on this part. I'm going to talk about a program called Super Better to get into what are 0 days. There you go. So Super Better originally was an app that was about developing heroic potential to be able to stay motivated, optimistic, and able to improve your mental well-being. It started out with this, trying her name, Jane. It's a game designer. She was involved in a very bad accident. In this accident, she ended up getting a lot of headaches. She had a lot of like brain damage that happened, and she did not really enjoy her life at the moment because of the accident and the damage this caused her body. While she was in the hospital, she came up with this new method called Super Better Method. She is a researcher, so she was able to use a lot of her abilities to create this app. But it is about challenging yourself to do better, and it was kind of a little bit of a gamification here, where there's added like collecting active power-ups. You find battles, battle bad guys, and you seek out and complete quests through the app, recruit allies, adopt a secret identity, go for an epic win. So it's about like turning your challenges into like a superhero versus supervillain scenario. Like your personal challenges, like if you deal with ADHD or other things like that, or just simple you're feeling unmotivated to do things, you can use this app that she created to help you various things. Like, there's this little example right here where challenge yourself to find matching socks, or just doing various, at the beginning, maybe you feel very unmotivated to take a shower. Maybe you should challenge yourself just getting a better, just wearing a different outfit than you did the day before. And it starts with small challenges and gets bigger and bigger over time, teaching you soft skills in how to maintain a mental well-being on your own when you don't have access to health professionals. So that was the main example right here. Another example is showing with no more 0 days. Come on, open a new link. Here we go, and I can link this one. No more 0 days is a thing that happened on a website called Reddit. Where basically someone's like, how do you stay motivated to do anything? And this guy just kind of replied, said, just make no more 0 days. And they're like, what is no more 0 days? Basically, a 0 day is a day in which you've done absolutely nothing towards your goal or dream. I like to think life as binary, either you're right or you're wrong, or you're doing something or you're not. The idea of a non-zero day is to do something every single day that moves towards your goal, to build a string of one set of zeros. So kind of like that concept of one being on, 0 being off. Yeah, in a lot of cases, people may be thinking, I didn't do anything all day, and it's like 11:58 p.m. Maybe you may be motivated to do one push-up, and you make your day a non-zero day. So what I take away here with non-zero days is that a little bit of progress is better than no progress at all. So the whole thing here is to keep track of what you're doing every day so you can look back and say, I did stuff. So the challenge here that I am presenting you guys is to create something that keeps you on track with this whole summer that's coming up and this whole year that's just been insane so far with pandemic, murders, murder hornets, and all this other crazy stuff that's been going on. Maybe we can start designing for something that helps. It could be just helping yourself, or like you're important too, so you can help yourself or help someone else in need. Like with pandemic going on, maybe we can make something that helps people stay motivated to keep working on a project of some sort. So we're making an app that asks you what you did that day and records what you did that day, and you keep recording over time and see you have a backlog of things you did. So it's like a little motivator app here. So going back to App Lab here, you can create, if you already create an account, hopefully you did in the meantime, I'll explain a few other things. I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm switching off to the other screen here to sign in to my account. There we go. So once you sign in, let me just go back to code.org here. Let me turn annotate on. Now this webinar does require a little bit of programming knowledge, but this webinar is recorded. So yeah, this webinar is recorded, so it'll become a video later on our YouTube page that you can reach. So if you need a slow down version, be ready for a YouTube video coming out later on, so you can just pause and continue on. There's a little bit of parts that I'll be going over that might be a little bit difficult if you've never coded before, but with the video version of this, you can definitely follow along, pausing, stopping, and restarting, and copy and pasting. So to get this started, we're going to go ahead and click on Create. I've clicked on, I circled it in red. So we can click right in there. And then right below, there's like Sprite Lab, Artist, App Lab. That's what we're looking for here today. So if you click on App Lab right here, it'll take you to this screen right here, where we got like a phone emulator on the left side. And we got some blocks in here. And we got a workspace where you can drag things in there and it does stuff. Oh, I see. You guys don't see the screen. Let me do a new share here. Share screen. Sorry about that. There we go. I'll back up here. So what I did is I click on Create. Right here, clicked on the App Lab, and it takes me to the screen here. There we go. On the left side right here, we see mobile app in the main space right over here. Create code and such. So what I'm going to point out is on the upper right, there's a thing that says version history and show blocks. I'm going to go ahead and click show blocks. And now when you drag things in, it will keep the blocks. So you may notice if you ever coded in Scratch before, this may look quite different, but it's still Blockly code. It's just everything is written out instead of it being simplified. Let me see here. Control, like you might have seen an if statement before. It has if, but it's also including the parentheses, brackets in there for everything goes in a statement. So it's much closer to traditional coding than Scratch Blockly coding, but it's still considered block coding. So when you're making your own idea, trying to create an app based off that idea, you want to list out all the things that you're going to make into the app. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to have an intro screen with like a little like logo and the name of the app on it. And you're thinking through, and after that, we have a little question that asks you, did you do something today? Yes or no. And we have 2 screens to go based off that yes and no. If we say yes, it'll take a screen where we can chord something. If we say no, it'll motivate, tell us, hey, go try something today, and give us a suggestion based on that. We're not going to make a really complicated part of that. We're just going to type in our own example, like saying, like, suggestion saying, like, hey, do 1 push-up, or write, or brush your teeth, or something like that. And for the yes option, we get that dialog box where we can type in what we want. And at the end, we have the option where we show past days, and it'll give us a list of the things we did before. And that's all of it to the app. So the first thing we're going to start with is design. So to start designing here, you want to, come on, pen. There we go. So on the upper left here, there's little tabs that say code, design, and data. We're going to go with design. And remember all the things I listed before? We need to create quite a group of screens. You need to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens. So first we're going to start with our home screen here. So if I go click on design here, it gives me options to like place buttons in here. And if I place something in here that I don't want, I can left click on it and drag off screen to get rid of it. So first thing here that I'm going to do, I'm on screen 1, it says screen 1. And then on the main screen over here, it says, it has ID, that's the name of the screen. I'm going to name it title screen, or gonna be home screen or entry screen. And then I can change the background. You can click like right in here, you can type a hex code in there, or you can click on the little square next to it and to choose a color. I'm just choosing blank color for the background. I'm gonna go with this yellow. Nah, it's too bright of a yellow. Maybe a little bit orangier. There we go. You can choose whatever color you want there. There you go. So I got a color here. And then I want to add a label for the name of my app. I'm going to name it, another thing here is that maybe you want to rename your project at the top right here. So I'm just going to rename it Daily Check-In. Yeah, just the name of the project. It's not the name of the app right here, but it's just the name of the project up there. Okay, just making sure it's named in there. And if you guys have any questions, you can definitely type in chat. I can definitely go back over things unless we're running out of time. And I see that my screen's doing a little weird thing here. I'll fix it later. So next thing I'm gonna do is you can grab a label. You can see in the middle right over there. And you can drag it right in. So I'm gonna grab a label. It's that second option right there. And I'll be dragging it in like this. And you'll see a little thing that says text. And you see more in the middle that we have way more options. So most thing I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna be giving a name. If I want to change the name in here, I'm gonna go look in the middle here. There's ID. I'm gonna keep it a label one as now. Generally, you want to name everything as what they are. But I'm gonna skip that for now because I'm not gonna do any coding with label one. So we keep it as is. And under text, that is the name of the text we see on the screen. I'm gonna type daily check in. Yep. Here you go. If you look at your box right here, if you click on it, it gives us a bounding box. You can actually make it bigger, smaller, but you'll notice that the text size does not change. You have to change the text size within here. If you scroll down, there's a part that says font size 13. Let me change it around. I moved it once and now it won't let me move it. Let me move it again. So when you click off of it and you try to click on it, oh wow, it's letting me move it. So if I try to like click around it, it will let me move. I have to be directly on it where my icon, my cursor turns into like a little hand icon. If I click on it once, it'll select it. And then if I left click on it, I can drag around. If I like double click on it, it may like skew up a little bit. Make sure you're on the right on the label. You can drag it on. If you can't find it, I'm going to show you another option to select it. If you look in the main menu right over here, this thing that says label one over here, this little drop-down menu, if I had more items, I can like click through them and it gives me the ability to select them. Oh, you're saying that you're on mobile. So I am not on mobile myself. If you can go to your options and change it, like on your browser options, and change it to desktop version. And you'll see what I have here. Okay. So I'm here. You change around to font down here. There we go. Click right in here. I'm going to change it to 48. And you can see right there, it's much larger now. Bring that box out. And I'm going to change the alignment to center. And Brooklyn, I hope you're able to select again, because I won't be able to see what you're seeing because I'm on a desktop version. But if you can, I'm going to repeat it again, you can go up to options on your browser and you won't see it here, but there'll be like an option at the bottom that says desktop version. And you choose that, you'll see what I see here. Okay, so I got daily check-in. I changed the alignment center. I'm going to change the color to dark blue. Just doing a little bit of design here. Yeah, that's better. And I can change my font if I wanted to. Like I have a bunch of other options here that I can change. But I'm going to keep it simple as this. You can have a fancier end goal. I'm going to show you guys the screen right here as this. Or you can do like shadowing and layering and stuff. I'm going to keep it simple for right now. You can definitely modify it a lot more. I maybe actually might change this to 54. Depends how you want to customize it. Here you go. Okay. So now we need to make a few more screens here. So we got our main screen here, designed. Now we want to ask that screen that asks you a question, where it says, hey, did you do something today? And you say yes, no. So now I'm going to do a new screen. So going over here, on the tile, I can do import new screen or just click new screen. And I get a new screen here. And then I'm going to change this information right here. I'm going to change it to prompt. So it's prompting me a question. And If I want to have it the same color background as the one before, I can just change this back to title over here, but I'm actually going to grab this blue. Just make it a little darker again. I'm going to grab that color, copy, switching back over to prompt through this box right here, and paste color background, and now it's that color. Right here. And I'm going to drag a label in, and it's again going to be a thing where I'm asking, did you do anything today? It's kind of hard to see, but I drag the label in. I'm going to go back to title screen. You don't have to do the exact same colors as I am, but I'm just copy and pasting so I can use the same two colors. Clicking on text. If you're having a hard time finding your element, again, you can go to the upper right here, click on label, and it gives us the change voices, like gives us all the things on that list on the here to label 2. And I'm going to change it to did you do anything today? Today, question mark. And of course, I need to change my text color so you can see it. There we go. So I got some text right there. I'm going to change the font size and make it center. There we go. And then here's a new thing here. So we have all these elements in the middle right here. Like all these options like button, label, radio button, image, screen. You can click here to add screen instead of the way I did it. Slide bars and stuff. So the next thing we're going to do is going to add 2 buttons. So right here it says button. Just going to add that and drag it in. And add another button, drag it in. And definitely want to rename these. This first one right up here. Actually, that is the color I wanted. Back over here. Yeah. Okay. So I gotta make sure what button I've selected. So there's button, and it's button 2, right in the center, right here on the ID. That's where I'm at now, middle here. This time I do care about the ID because I'm gonna be writing some code that accesses this by its ID. So I'm gonna name it yes button, and you can't have any spaces at all in the name. And then text is going to be yes. And once again, I could take some time, like right over here, run, click through. It could take some time, and I'll show you guys a bigger version of this. And like design it prettier. I can make it a circle or something, but I'm going to keep it square for time. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. It's pretty big. Got the second one here. I'm going to name it no button under ID. Change the text to no. Here we go. And I'm going to try to line it up perfectly so it's about the same size. There we go. And there we go. I'm going to grab the background color here. So what I did to get to the background color, I just click on the empty area right over here to reach it. I'm grabbing back to here, and I'm changing the text color. Let me circle that out for you guys. Right here. Just pasting it in. Change the text color. Come on, there we go. Same thing with the other button. Paste, enter. There we go. And yeah, I'm just going to keep the buttons these 2 sizes. Okay, so now we got 2 screens done. Now we need to make some screens based off if we said yes or if we said no. If we said no, we can say something like, go outside and do this. So I'm going to make the no screen. I'm going to keep it, I'm going to get this yellow background. Clear my design. So now and click on screen here, or I can go through there. Screen, drag it in. I got a new screen. gonna name this one, I think I'm gonna name it no option. And changing the background, yellow, I'm just changing up the colors. And then I'm gonna grab the label. Yep, come on. That one right there, label, dragging it in. And I'm just gonna enter text saying, go do something before the day ends. Try to design idea, or I'm trying to think of something simple like you can do push-up, or here we go. Wear a nice outfit. And then something towards your goals, I guess. And I'm just gonna make the text larger. 28, good. Nah, 32. Yeah, that works. And then when the people get up to this screen here, I'm just switching over the screen real quick to get this color. I'm gonna be doing that a lot, but you don't have to change colors like I am. I'm just kind of making sure it's the same color. Yeah. So when you get to the screen here, you think, what are they gonna do next? They're probably gonna exit their app and do something. So I'm gonna add a button here that says exit. So a button, dragging it in. I'm gonna change the foreground color to that blue. And I'm gonna name this exit button under ID, because I am gonna code it to quit the app. Then out of the button, exit. There we go. And again, just grabbing another color for the text. There we go. So now we got our no screen. Now we need an option for saying yes. So now I'm gonna go click on screen right here. Drag it in. There you go. I'm gonna name this to yes option. There you go. And think about what we were doing on our yes option. We want to say, hey, you did a good job. And then have a text box saying, asking to enter what you did today. So we might want to add a label. And they're saying, good job, what you did today. And a text area, and then a save button. So I am just going to copy some colors over from my yes option. You can go ahead, not copying colors, and go ahead and add labels saying good job and what did you do today. There we go. Copy. Going back to the yes option. There we go. And now I'm adding my labels. I'm gonna go over to prompt to get that color right there. Oops. Grab my text and changing that. There we go. Good job. Exclamation point. Make it like 34. Yeah. Here's good job. Add another label asking, what did you do today? And again, all of this is being recorded. So I can slow down and yeah, definitely work through this app here. And changing the color. And I'm gonna make it 24, no, 18. Yeah, 24 for the font size. So I'm in the middle right here, changing the, I changed the color, changed the font, just making it bigger for my design. Stretch this out. Come on, I guess it's still too small. There we go. Nope. I'm trying not to spend too much time editing everything and more time on actually making the app. You can definitely go back at the end and make it all prettier. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a new thing we haven't added yet, and that is the text area. Oops, come on, let me, there we go. Text area right there. I'm just dragging it in, and I get this text box right here. Get it wider by grabbing the bottom right corner. And yes, you can change the color in there if you want. I'm gonna name it, just keep it text area right there. I could try changes now, keep it a text area. Yep, let's keep it text area because it's my only text area that's gonna be in this app. Change the width and height if you want to do a particular order. The text order you can type in there. If you actually type in here, it starts with that as your prompt. There we go, so I'm circling that. I'm just typing text that'll be in there first. So I'm gonna type enter what did you, no, enter what you did today. There we go. You can see that it's showing up right there. And then after that, we want to put a button right at the bottom here that says save. So clear. I'm gonna grab button, dragging it in. Oh, that's a yellow. And I'm just changing colors, so you can go ahead and change it to save for the text. And I'm gonna rename it to save button on the ID, because we're gonna be coding some stuff with it. There we go. So now we got title screen, prompt screen, yes option, no option. Now we need a screen that like prints all the information that we had in the past, like our history. So, and then we may need a screen where someone maybe exits. So I'm just gonna name it. I'm gonna grab a new screen, clear. New screen right here. Dragging it in. And I'm just going to grab to my title screen, just grabbing colors. But on this new screen, right here, I'm gonna name it history. Like to show the history that we've done stuff. And next, I'm gonna add a button that checks entry. So my text is gonna, don't grab a text or an enter here, but my text, I'm gonna have it print screen. If you ever code before, it'd be like a print screen type of thing. And I'm gonna have it like in this area where the text shows up there and lists it all out. Just gonna drag that off for now. And then bottom here, I'm gonna have buttons. So I'm gonna add a button that says check entry. I'm gonna name it entry button under ID. And then the text will say check entry. And I'm just gonna change the, instead of going off a different screen, I'm just gonna change the blue right there. There we go. And then I'm gonna add another label. Oh, not a label. Another button that says like exit. Of course, I already have another button that says exit. This will be exit button 2. And you notice it turned red right up here on the IDs because that name's already in use. So there's that. And just grab the color from that button. There you go. Grabbing the yellow, the other. Here we go. It'd be really nice if I could just grab the same component and drag in here, but the App Lab doesn't really let you do that. You know, have a place where like, oh, I have all these buttons created. Now you notice I'm kind of spacing these out a little bit. It's because I want to enter a little extra tidbit right here that says you have been active for blank days. So I'm just grabbing text right there. You have been active for, you might be wondering, why are you adding that for? Because I'm going to be adding a label where it keeps track of how many entries you've entered and it changes the number and it'll tell you, hey, you've been doing this much stuff. Okay, having another label, just changing it to days. And I'm not going to spend time printing it out, but again, definitely on your own, spend time, make it really nice for yourself so you can use it a lot. And now I'm grabbing the last label here, and this label, I do care about the ID. So right in the middle here, your ID, I'm changing it to days. And I'm gonna make the default 00. There we go. I'm gonna make it much larger. 56, yeah, there we go. Maybe I'll bring this text size up. I gotta stop myself from making things look a little nicer because I don't have enough time for that. There we go. So we got all our screens done designed now. Next we have to do code. So I got my title screen. And after I go for the title screen, it takes me to the prompt. And then based off I said no, it takes me here. If they say yes, it takes me to a little part where I can enter something. And then once I click save, it'll save the information that I have. And then it'll take me to history, like a check entry or exit. And it tells me how many days I've been active. So we want to code in here. I'm going to point out to the upper left right over there again. You got code, design, and data. And click on code right here. It takes me to this screen. Back that we saw right at the beginning. And make sure that you have on the upper right, click, have it show blocks. Right now it says show text because I'm in the block mode. You can actually just straight up code JavaScript in here if you know how to use JavaScript. But I'm gonna stick with block mode. And we're gonna connect our buttons here. So I'm gonna go to title screen here. So you don't have to worry about what screen you're on. All the code will be right in the same spot. So in the middle here, we got blocks. If I drag it in, gives me a thing right here. If I drag it, click on it and drag it off, it deletes it. So under UI control here, there's a thing called onEvent. And onEvents is looking for the ID name. So for when we click on an ID or do something with that ID name, it does something. So that's why the ID names and so the items really mattered because we're gonna do things based on ID. So I'm gonna grab event, drag it in. And on event, this one ID is going to be, I'm gonna go with, if you click on the option right here, it gives all those other options. I'm gonna go on title, and then I'm gonna do mouse down. Mouse down is the same as a touch, like touching the screen. So if I go mouse down, here we go. I'm gonna change the screen. So on the left side right here, let me kind of draw a square around over it. Right here in the middle, you can actually scroll down in here. And I'm looking for an element called set screen. So I got set screen right here, I'm dragging it in. And right here, I can change the name. So after I touch the screen on daily, I could do a countdown, but like over time it changes. But for right now, I'm just gonna do touch. It's easier. There is this little workaround to do a timer. After this, it takes me to prompt. So I got that done. And I'm just going through the different screens over here to make sure I have everything right. So if I go to prompt, I need an option for yes and no. It's on the middle right here. I'm gonna go to on event, drag it in. I'm gonna go on event no option for my no button. Actually, that's not my correct no button. Oh wow. Let me go back to design here real quick. I think I mislabeled something. No, I didn't. Okay, let me go back to code here. I was just trying to find my no. Oh, it's alphabetical order, that's why. So there's my no button. No button on mouse down. It's the same as a touch down. So mouse down. I'm going to have it go to my no option screen. So I'm going to go in the middle here, scroll down, set screen. It's like 2 before the bottom. It's like the third one from the bottom actually. Drag it in. And then I have this little arrow right here I can click on to change the screen. And here, oh wait, no, I don't want to set screen. Back up there. Sorry about that. I want to actually end experience. So, right over here, I want to have like the go to no. Wait, no, I do want to set screen. Sorry, I'm getting backwards here. So I'm going to go set screen. I'm going to have it go to no option. No option over here. That's where the exit button is. So now I'm going to on event. This is all a lot of grabbing on events and changing the ID and like changing the like what it does, what screen it goes to. So this part's like really easy to set up. The only complex code we're really doing here is for saving data. So here I'm doing exit button. An exit button will. So the fun thing here is that there isn't really an exit for our app here. We have to like exit through here because we're going through a mobile app or like onboard app. So I'm going to, what am I going to do for this instead? I'm going to have it just go back to the entry first screen. Set screen. So it'll be like, you kind of exited. There we go. And that's entry button, not exit button. There we go. So now I'm going to go to my yes option screen right here. Make sure got everything right. So on my yes screen option, I have it do a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to do the information enter here on save right here. So I'm going to grab it on event, drag it in. The ID. Oh, if you wonder what the ID of any of your buttons are, you can actually hover over your object and it says ID, save button. So you know which one you're working with. I'm going to go with save button. Right here. I'm going to do mouse down, mouse down. I forgot to do mouse down the last one. Right here. Save button. And I'm going to have it do a bunch of stuff here. So I'm going to go to variables. I'm going to add a variable here. I'm going to name it entry, and I'm going to make it entries an array, actually an object. Right here. So I got entries. It's an object. I made it to an object by grabbing 2 braces in there. If you wonder what that is, it's 2 braces. And then I'm going to grab this list button right here. That's not the right one that I'm looking for. So it looks like I will have to go into show text. So this one here, actually I want to go take entries and make an object of entries called data. So I'm going to go over to show text right over here. This part might be a little bit confusing here, but going to show text, and you notice all my text here changed. And let me clear everything for you guys. Here we go. Right here, I got that variable x right there. I'm going to change that. So for me, it's line 12, right through this line right here. I'm going to backspace all of it and change it to entries dot data equals, and for equals in there, I'm going to leave it blank. It's going to be a little confusing here, but I'm going to go back to show blocks to show you what happened there. So click on show blocks. It needs to correct, oh, it wants me to correct the error first. I'm going to name it 10 for now. Okay, show blocks. It's just a temporary name. And you see right there that I have this like little block here that says entries.data. I could have gone to math and grabbed this equal here, but that is not the same as this purple block. Purple blocks are variables, and I wanted to see it as a variable and not like a boolean. Here we go. So I'm going to go right into this 10 right there, delete it. I just had it equal something, so it shows something in there. And going back to UI, right up here, making a box right there. Like you can go through all these different toolboxes up here. And I am going to grab a function called getText. So I'm grabbing the text from this entry area and saving it. So getText right here, dragging it in for ID. And I want it to grab my entries data, so my text area. So I'm going to get text from the text area. That's the name of the square right here. Looking for text area. There it is. Text area. It's going to grab the text from then there. And then I'm going to do a thing called create record. So there's this little tab that says data right over here. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not going to go to it. Right there. And you can like create tables and polls and stuff that you can grab from for your app. But I'm just going to create it through code instead of through data by doing a thing called create record. So right over here, there's the data tab in this toolbox area. I'm going to click on data. And I'm going to click on create record. If I hover over these blocks, it actually tells me what it does. But I'm going to grab create record, drag it in, and I get all these options here. So create record my table. My table refers, just click on data temporarily, to a table you can create in data tab. So I'm going to go back over code. I'm creating it through code instead of through the data tab. I'm going to name it my diary. That's the name of my table. And I'm going to grab this little thing that says name Alice, drag it out because I don't need that. But right here, I'm grabbing entries. That's my variable entries we made earlier. That was an object. And we're making a function called record within it. And within here, this is going to be a little weird, but I have to switch to show text again because there isn't really a console. Is there a console log? That'd be great if there is. Yes, okay, no, I don't have to do that. So I'm going over to variables, the purple, going to console log message, grab it over here. And this console.log thing is just for testing if my data is being saved and going through. Then I'm grabbing math plus, dragging it in. And grabbing, I'm going to type some information here. Record created with ID. And then trying to find the list. Looks like I have to change it back to show text right over here. There we go. to records. Now I'm going to be copying this text and pasting it in the chat for you guys to use, but you have to make sure that your labels are the same as yours. Now this little records.id is grabbing my record right over here. Oh, it's supposed to be one record. It's taking my function and grabbing the ID of the entry of the text area and making it into a thing that agreed on there. And then after I do all of that, I'm going to make console.log entry. So I'm just copying and pasting right below. So I type console.log entry in quotation marks, colon, space, plus entries data. That's grabbing the text. See right over here, you see get text area. So this entries.data is grabbing this, the text from in here, and saving it as an entry right in here for us to save permanently. And if you have any questions, let me know. We're actually, might not believe it, but we're actually almost done here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to show blocks right over here. You see now this is compressed into our blocks now. And then after I click the save button right here, so right now all this is under an event called save button. I'm gonna have it change screens under UI control. So right over here, UI control, I'm gonna change screens. Set screen, right here, dragging it up. Set screen to, or history screen, right over there. And, oh, the next part's a long part. Okay. So after here, you go to your history screen here. And you want some things to happen for check entry. So now I'm just going to grab the highlight tool so you can keep track of my mouse and grab on event, drag in, and I'm going to do entry button. Where is it? Yep, entry. Where are you, entry? There we go. Entry button, mouse down. There we go. We're gonna have, when we click this button, we're gonna have our record show up here. So this one is a lot of stuff here. But I'm gonna go to my data right here. Make sure highlights on, data. I'm gonna have it read record. So I created a record earlier. I'm gonna have a read record. And I'm grabbing read record and dragging here, and it gets us all the stuff right here. So much stuff. I'm gonna change this to my diary. Also create a for loop for us. And see, it's got a function called records in there. And we got this little for loop in here for our records length. I'm gonna change this to, oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. So I'm actually making sure this is all right here. This part right here, I'm actually gonna get rid of and delete of. So I have this. So records dot, yeah, plus plus. And in here, I'm gonna do a write function. A write function is gonna write directly on our screen. It's under UI controls, scrolling, looking for write. Where are you, write? I have to type it in directly. There it is, write text. So I'm gonna have it write text right directly up here. And this part's gonna be fun. I'm gonna grab math plus, drag it in there. And I'm gonna have it on the second side right here. Oof, I have to go to show text. I'm sorry, guys. Show text right here. Here we go. So I'm working on this area right here. So write, this line right here, it says write plus. Going back a little bit. And we're gonna do records I'm going to grab the I from our for loop that came with records. So we dragged it in. Making sure everything is right over here. Come on, go away. Trying to make this highlight go away. Hover over. There we go. There we go. So right records here is actually an array. We create an array through a loop right over here. So it's grabbing the I from the for loop. And we're grabbing the data in there. And this part's going to be much more fun. So I'm having it, it's going to say entry, space, and I need to turn to string, turn it to quotation mark, plus records ID for the number, dot ID, entries plus ID plus quotation mark dot space quotation mark plus. So you want to do here, I'm writing a string that's going to say entry, the number of the day it is, and then a dot after the end of the sentence, and then the record of what that data is for the rest right there. Good. And I actually need to add an if statement right before this for loop here. Just going to hit enter and do if. So if I have a record that's less than 0, I'm going to have it say 0 because I need an option where I click a button that got nothing saved there. I want to say, hey, there's nothing saved. So I'm going to do parentheses, records, dot length, the length of the array is greater than 0. Now this is an array. Our entries is an object, but our records is an array. And I have to add bracket there. And then a bracket here. There we go. And then here I have to type else. Nope. Back up a little bit. Okay. Now we're almost done here. Just make sure it's in the else. Brackets. Enter. And I'm going to type write, parentheses, do no records to read. There we go. And then I'm going to go back to show blocks to see, make sure everything's right. Yay! There we go. Yeah, some parts in here, like, I wish I could just stick in blocks, but I can't. So, it's a little missing a semicolon. Oh, yeah, I am. Show blocks. There we go. And now we're on to the last part we need to do. We need it to read records again at the end and change the days right here to the number of days of the records. So I'm going to do one last read records. Scroll down here. And right in here, I'm just going to get rid of all the stuff. So let's just read records. And I need to read records under my table to my diary. And then change this to total entries. And then I'm going to change the text for here. So I'm going to have to UI control, set text. right here. And I could change the ID here to the ID of my number right here to days. Where are you, days? There it is. And here, I'm going to go to variables, list.length, grab it in, throw it there, and change the name of my function I made right here called total entries. I'll just type it directly then. Total entries. And then last thing I'm going to do, forgot this one more thing, on event for that exit button right there, ID, exit 2. On a mouse down, set screen to title. And there we go. So now I'm going to run the app. There we go. Got daily check-in. Oh, looks like I got a bug. Line 1, you need to read records from a table called My Diary, but the diary doesn't exist yet. So I'm actually going to go over to data. I'm going to add, looks like I do have to create a table. My diary. It's fine. You change your name. Change the first one to data. Here we go. And now reset, run. Okay, click through. Did you do anything today? I'm going to say no. Go do something before it today and try to design an idea where something nice outfit. Exit, takes me back to main screen. Daily check-in. Did you do something today? Yes. Yes, I did. Oh, looks like something happened with my yes. So, oh, yeah. I forgot to add in the S button. So I'm going to click reset here. Go down to UI variables. And I'm going to do on event. Add it right in here. ID, yes. Where's my yes button? Yes button. And screen, set screen right here to a yes option. Change my link to mouse down, run again, enter. Yes, there we go. Now it takes it here. And here, I'm going to type in, I went outside. Save. Line 17. Oh, I misspelled something. So the compiler says line 17. It's line 17. I misspelled record. There you go. Reset. Checking again. Yes, I did stuff. Type in I did stuff. Save. You've been active for 1 day. So it worked. And I check entry. There we go. I went outside. I did stuff. Looks like it saved the one before too, so I had to clear that out. Yeah, I got entries. And then I exit. Oh, coming back in. Oh, I did this today. I did, I ran. I click save. Check entry. And it lists all the ones before. Looks like our number of days isn't changing here. Just save that one. Oh, now it's saved based on that. But yeah, there we go. We've made our app. So I am actually going to straight up copy and paste all of this into here. If you guys want to copy this data right in, it's just you will have to change the name of your IDs. So be right in there. But otherwise, this is the end of our presentation here. If you guys have created anything really cool, you can share it on Facebook. Go to Facebook and check out our DoSpace page on Facebook and share with us what you've made. It'll be really awesome. And if you got any more questions, you can email us hello@dospace.org, or you can go to our website at dospace.org and find that chat box on the bottom right and ask questions there. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming. There will be recording this. They'll be releasing really soon, within like this next week, probably most likely be out by Wednesday. Can't guarantee you that yet. Be out by then. And there you can definitely have a recorded view of this and slow it down. But otherwise, thank you very much and have a good night.